This is where I become aware while watching shows that there are no black people present. Deborah loves TV. Yes, I made a theme song so that I can talk about all my favorite shows. Oh yeah. And this is just your disclaimer that this is not me talking about any of the actors themselves, but more so their characters. Please do not attack me in the comments. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion, even those who disagree with me. But let's keep it friendly. All right, let's get started with the show. Side note, I hate being catcalled. I've talked about this probably in my personal life, but like one time I was at the gas station pumping my gas, minding my business. I was on my way to go see my boyfriend at the time. This truck driver decided to stop his truck in the middle of the street, honking his horn very loud at me. Just in general, like I don't know why men think that you want to be catcalled. I don't know why they think that like you want that level of over the top attention. It does not make me want to be with you. It does not make me want to do anything but go in the opposite direction. So Gabrielle is trying to set up a conjugal visit with her and Carlos, meaning they're trying to get busy. The lawyer's kind of giving her a little bit of pushback because he's like, listen, I'm trying to get this dude out of jail. Like, y'all can wait on a little bump and grind. If you have not had a chance, please check out the last video that is in this installment and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you. So much for casual. Susan and Mike are supposed to be casual right now, whatever that means. And this doesn't feel very casual to me.
That's it?
You're the one that said you wanted things to be casual.
Gabrielle and Carlos are still trying to get that conjugal visit. So I guess they need to find a new lawyer, to my understanding. They need to find a new lawyer because the old lawyer has quit because Gabrielle was offended because he called her a witch would-be. The other prison mates saw it and then there was a riot and I'm assuming he quit. So anyway, they're trying to get the conjugal visit because they got that passion.
Andrew.
That's his name. Last episode, I could not remember that boy's name for nothing.
George?
Stop it! We'll see you Friday for dinner. I'll be serving fish.
Bree, you might want to serve beef because that's what these two got already. Looking back, what I actually should have said was, good thing she's not serving beef because they got plenty of that already. That's what I should have said. I don't know why I didn't say that. Andrew gets into a shoving thing with George because I'm assuming he's mad because, I mean, his dad, like Bree just said, he hasn't even been gone like a month. Now I'm sure that what George is probably thinking to himself is, okay, I got rid of the dad. Never thought I was gonna have to get rid of the son too. Don't get me wrong, like if my daughter had an imaginary friend, I'm pretty sure I would play along, but like I wouldn't be able to like how do you not laugh? I don't know, I would play along, but at the same time, how do you not crack up laughing?
Are you going to go get it?
No, I'm not going to get the damn umbrella.
Yo, okay, so little sidebar here. I've been watching The Nanny, and the last episode I watched, I think, was the one where Gracie has a imaginary friend, and that thing was so funny. If you haven't seen it, just look it up right now. Look up the scene with Gracie and the imaginary friend, the scene where they're in the kitchen. That's what you should be seeing. And and then Fran is doing mouth to mouth to the imaginary friend. Oh my god, the thing was so funny. You ate her! Okay. That stuff with that imaginary friend stuff, like, I mean, I feel like I'm laughing now. I haven't had to experience it yet. Is it funny? Can it please be funny? Can it continue to be funny the entire time? Because, like, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, like, I understand why Lynette is kind of getting a little frustrated. So Parker is insisted on this thing. He has this imaginary friend named Mrs. Mulberry, and Mrs. Mulberry apparently wanted a ride with him and Lynette to go get donuts before she went to work. Lynette is like trying to accommodate, like he's like, oh, she forgot this, oh, she forgot that. So she goes to the house, she's looking for like this umbrella that she has. She can't find it, so she's like, oh, well, here's a sun hat, you know, hopefully that'll work. He's like, well, no, she left it in the shower. And Lynette is like, well, why didn't Mrs. Mulberry tell me that she left this in the shower before I went and flipped your room upside down looking for it? He's like, so you're gonna go get it? I'm not gonna lie, I would have kind of looked at him like, I might have went and got it though. I'm telling you, like, you have kids and they run you. You think you're in charge. Keep thinking you're in charge. Okay. Keep thinking you're in charge. Then you have a kid. These little suckers.
The lengths I'd go to for even seating.
I'm not gonna lie, that was very Emily Gilmore of Brie, but I feel like they are cut from like the same cloth. It's just I'm able to stand Brie a little bit more than Emily because I think it's just because they give Brie a lot more backstory, and I've talked about that to death at this point. If you haven't seen it, look at what I talked about last season. And in fact, I think there's a video specifically where I talk about why it's easier for me to empathize with Brie versus Emily.
Bob and weave as he tries to blow your head off.
Just back off.
Edie said, what are you gonna do when Zach gets back? You're gonna bob and weave as he tries to blow your head off?
I mean, the truth is, we're probably never going to find Zach anyway. Conniving little shrew.
You remember last season when I called Edie a manipulative shrew? That's so funny.
I don't know why we're not closer.
Honestly, I don't know why they're not closer. I mean, they always like the same guys.
Marriage is hard enough.
I hate sayings like that. Like, I know that's something that we've all just kind of accepted to say about marriage, but like, I just hate that people even say that marriage is hard. Why? What's making it hard? If you've chosen the right person for you, I don't understand what's making it hard. Like, I get it, life is gonna life and like stuff happens, but like, why do people always say that? I don't want to know, honestly. yeah. What are we talking about?
I can't believe how well those two are getting along.
Brie, you're right up there with Charlotte sometimes. That Delusion be like, it'd be crazy.
He's even laughing at George's jokes.
Which aren't funny, by the way, because I don't know what he's talking about, but it doesn't sound good.
George's jokes aren't funny.
That. Yes, Danielle, you and I. I've always been like,
Have you ever actually been with a woman?
that'll do it. So Andrew is turning up the heat at dinner. And like I said, Brie, you should have been serving beef because that's what they got. Andrew is sitting at the table talking to George, asking him if he knows how to please a woman. And then he decides to mimic his mother's moan, which is... It's at this point where I'm hyper aware that there's no black folks around. This is where I become aware while watching shows that there are no black people present. Okay. So he mimicked the moan, right? And then she's sitting there eating and she does it. So then Andrew goes, that's it. And then George, y'all look at George, bro.
Go to your room.
So the lawyer that Bree is trying to get on the case for Carlos, it's moments like this where I'm editing and I get pissed off. I meant Gabrielle, not Bree. You know, he has a habit of sleeping with his clients. Obviously, he wants to sleep with Bree. And obviously, he wants to sleep with Gabrielle. He turns her case down because he's like, this marriage is pretty much in the trash anyway, and I don't feel attached to this case. I'm not passionate enough about it to the point where I feel like I could really make it happen. So then he leaves her a voicemail saying that, you know, the more I think about it, and it seems like he's gonna be like, I'm gonna take your case. I've decided to take your case. But instead, he says, I actually know a really good divorce lawyer instead, so here's the number for him. And so then she hangs it up. Gabrielle shows up to his office and she's pretty much telling him it's not going to happen. Like, he's trying to start up an affair and she's not interested because she really does love Carlos, which I think this was probably brought on to show that if she was tempted by someone that's even more successful than Carlos, or, you know, like, is Gabrielle just a cheater, or was what she did justified by her true feelings of loneliness? And she tells him, like, look, I'm pregnant. And then he backs off and he agrees to take the case and get her that conjugal visit. Susan has agreed to Mike that she's still going to be with him even though, you know, she has her feelings about Zach, and that she's willing to accept Zach into the picture because he's accepted Julie, which is not even the same thing. But yeah, so that's where she supposedly stands at this moment. Earlier, she had a conversation with Edie Britt, and Edie Britt was like, oh, you're not really looking for Zach. You don't really hope he finds him. You just want to have the look of, like, supportive girlfriend because you feel like he's not going to find him anyway. And yeah, I feel like that's exactly what she's doing. And then so she's getting ice cream, and she tells the ice cream guy, hey, here's some flyers of this missing kid, you know, let me know if you could pass these out to anyone who gets ice cream. And he's like, isn't that him right there? And Zach is literally right behind her.
This kid's a freak.
How about hugs?
Tom, don't make me slap you.
Come here.
This is how she keeps falling for this mess. She's literally asking Tom, hey, come up with some ideas. Contribute. Help. help me, because I'm trying to figure out how to not let this problem spiral out of control. And what is he doing? What about hugs? What is this, Barney? It's so funny because like when I grew up, having an umbrella open, which I didn't feed into any of this mess. But I'm just saying, when I was younger, like the people in my family, you don't have umbrellas open in the house. That's like bad luck.
Even when I'm...
Also, is Parker what 5-year-olds look like back then? Or is it different? Like, I don't know why Parker looks 8 years old to me. I know some people probably would look at this moment and be like, oh my God, he's being so disrespectful. He called her a liar. I get that. But I also feel like he is struggling and he hasn't experienced probably like a lot of struggle in his life thus far. Like he's supposed to be 5. Is he 5? I don't know. But like little kids, while we feel like their problems aren't as significant to ours as adults, their problems are real to them. They're very, very real to them. And honestly, I don't understand I don't get how some adults turn into adults and then they forget what it's like to be a kid. And their experiences, like how they felt about the things that were happening around them and how devastated they were. Like maybe they just chalk it up to, well, I was a kid, so, it never really was a big deal. But I'm not saying the world has to stop. I'm just saying that the emotions that your kids feel are very real. And I don't think it's about being perfect every single time with how you fix those issues, but more so just handling them with care and compassion. I think that's my takeaway on that. I think that she should have walked away in that moment because he clearly was not in a place to receive what she was trying to say, but she laid the foundation, and over time, I'm sure that, he'll come around and maybe they can have another discussion about it moving forward. And obviously, he needs to be told, like, you don't poke your teacher with an umbrella. But again, I think that he's going through a lot. Like, he is going through a lot, considering that Lynette has been his constant since he was born. And this is a big change. Like, most kids, their parents go back to work after a short amount of time after they're born, and that's their normal. But to him, it is very hard to deal with because he's never known anything else.
I realize that everything that's happened is completely my fault.
And that is again, just to circle back one more time on this subject, like that is why I don't look at Bree and Emily the same way, because Emily thinks that everything that's happened between her and Lorelai isn't her fault, and Bree has taken responsibility multiple times for the way that Andrew has either behaved or her dynamic with her children in her marriage even. So yeah, it's just a different thing.
In spite of everything that's happened, I really like Andrew.
Oh, George, really?
Some people would try to argue that I'm a little too analytical, but when that's the alternative, yeah, I'll pick too analytical.
He reminds me of me.
We call every 15 minutes to make sure you're still here. You understand?
We got it.
Dang, can you imagine being in the middle and then 15 minutes in somebody talking about something? Hey, what's going on in there? Y'all still good? Y'all still good? All right, then. Another 15 minutes. Literally, imagine you're literally finna, and then, hey.
Find your father first.
Yo, in this really serious scene, I am trying to listen, but there is a fly that keeps flying near her head. And I'm like, they didn't take that out? Or like, they couldn't have waited to shoot the scene again until the fly was gone? Look at this. There it is.
You're right.
I'm trying to listen. I knew she was going to try to take that umbrella. Why would she put it in her own trash can? At some point, we got to start thinking. And then it's sticking out. I can't do this. And I know they probably had to stop filming and make sure that it was still sticking out, still showing, so that he could have seen it. Like, Yo.
England?
Is she using a baby spoon in her coffee? Yo, I swear that's a baby spoon. That's like a spoon that, back in the day, they said that's how they used to make them. I don't think they make them like that anymore because, obviously I have a child, but I don't know. I don't think they make them like that anymore. I haven't seen a spoon like that since, like, my sister was little.
He's an orphan.
Why are we making up this side story about little Spencer who needs a mommy and a daddy? What is going on?
With no hands.
Mrs. Mulberry's back.
They walk out. The umbrella is in the middle of the street. And then the truck he's like, oh my God, wait, look, there's Mrs. Mulberry. She's back. And then the truck rolls over the umbrella. Hey, a win is a win.
Maybe we can call 911.
Shut your hand up. Now you have an idea? God, he's aggravating.
Tom, she's gone.
I don't know what we should do. And then you come up with an idea at the worst time. I feel like, listen, yeah, he's having a great husband moment now. Give it a few episodes. Just give it a few episodes. That's all you gotta do. And I'm sure we'll be back right here. Okay, you and me, we'll be back right here. And I'll be saying I told you so. Even though I don't really feel like you need me to tell you so. You're smart. So that wraps up this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. And the girl you see in photographs is only a part of the one I am. Don't judge me. I don't need to live by your rules. You don't control me. Y'all don't know her like I know her. Y'all don't know her like I know her.